Hey guys, welcome back to Leah's Field Notes. Yes, it's been a while. I am finally going to film a get to know me Q&A sort of video that you guys have been asking for. I'm going to try and answer all of the questions. There's a bird nest like right over there in the chimney of our house, so if you hear lots of chirping or see lots of birdies bouncing around, that's them. We don't really want to kick them out because I don't know, I like having birds live with us. I want to be like Snow White, where she's like, oh, and then the bird lands on her hand. I'm going to start with the most frequently asked question, which is, how old are you? And I am 20 years old. Another one that I get really often is, what is your origin? I'm 100% Chinese. My dad's side of the family is from Luoyang, and my mom grew up in Xinjiang, but her dad's side of the family is from Hangzhou. Next question is, where do you live? I live in a suburb outside of Toronto. Also, I got a bunch of questions regarding Seb and I. What is Seb's view on your culture? How did you two meet? What's like your dream job, your goals? If you have questions like that directed towards the both of us, you can just ask them down below, and yeah, we will answer them in a separate video on Seb and Leah. What are your favorite artists? This is like art, music in general, so I'm gonna begin with illustrators because I love looking at illustrations. I think they're so cool. I love seeing everyone's styles, so I'm going to be naming off 4 of my favorites, which are Yumi Sakugawa. She does really cute, quirky illustrations as well as like storyboards. Sandra Ubel, she does amazing, more realistic illustrations. I love the color. All the faces are like super sassy, like gal power. And there's Charlotte Ellen. She has a really nice, simple, more abstract illustration style, and so does her friend Joey. It's Joey Yu, and her stuff is really cool too. She's Chinese as well, so she incorporates that into her work, which I absolutely love. In terms of art, I really love Gustav Klimt. I saw his work in person when I went to Belvedere in Vienna, and it was amazing. Like, I've seen his stuff before, but seeing it in person where you see the actual like gold paint, or I'm not sure if it's foil, but it's so freaking beautiful the way it just like shines in the dark room. Egon Schiele is also one of my favorites. His stuff is so expressive and raw and sometimes a little bit sexual, but yeah, it's so bomb. And then Sonia Delaunay, super amazing stuff, and Wes Wilson, who did more of like the psychedelic posters. Another girl that I recently discovered, not really, but an OCAD grad called Song Dai Hei. She does these really beautiful abstract just strokes, almost like really thick strokes, and her Instagram bio is paint like a tree. In terms of photographers, I have 4 favorites. First one is Ren Hang, who recently passed away. He's a Beijing-based photographer. He shot on film, like usually in the dark with flash, and the photos just are so absolutely beautiful. You should check him out, follow him. He also has poetry it's in Chinese, but you can probably find translated versions. But yeah, those are on his website. Another photographer who's also Chinese, Wang Wei, very editorial, beautiful colors, great composition. It's so amazing. I love. My other 2 photographers I want to mention are 2 girls around my age who are from Toronto area, and one is my friend Mary. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen photos she shot of me. One of you guys actually made a painting of a photo she took of me, which I will put right here. I love shooting with her. It's always so much fun, very collaborative. She's also super silly and weird like me, so yeah, when we shoot together, it's like so fun. And last but not least, another fave like photographer I discovered through Instagram. Her name is Grace, and she also does film photography. The photos look so cool, so grungy, and just like very casual, but great. Like, they're just stunning. You should check out all of these people. In terms of music, I kind of like a weird variety of everything. I love disco music, like the Bee Gees, Wild Cherry, Earth, Wind and Fire. I love playing that when I'm doing design homework, or I play bossa nova, so that's like Astrid Gilberto, Stan Getz. I also really like listening to old school hip-hop when I'm doing work, especially when I'm coding, like the Sugar Hill Gang or Grandmaster Flash groove while you're writing code, so it makes it less boring. Coding is not my love and joy. Oh, and then I love jazz music, classical, that like poppy rock, like Beach Boys type of stuff. And then in terms of nowadays, like current day singers, I really love Mac DeMarco, King Cruel, Hines, Solange, Wet, Milk and Bone, oh, and Chance the Rapper. Other very common questions are, why aren't you wearing a bra? I understand that depending on where you're from, not wearing a bra could be super weird and strange, but here people don't give a shit what type of undergarments you are or aren't wearing. It doesn't hurt, it's really comfortable. I have small boobs, so yeah, there's really no point in me wearing one. Another funny slash frequently asked question is, why don't you shave your armpits? Ew, isn't that like unhygienic, blah blah blah. And you know, if it was unhygienic, like men would also have to shave their armpit hairs, but you know, lots of people don't, and no one's getting armpit infections. I haven't. It doesn't make you smell worse. It's a personal choice. Like, I don't really get why people care so much about other people's hair removal habits. It's so bizarre to me. It's totally okay to not like the way someone dresses or like styles their body. Personally, I don't like spacers. I don't like the way they look, but I don't care if you have spacers as long as you're not making me get spacers. Like, I don't give a shit. You do whatever you want to do with your body. Like, I honestly don't get why people are so shook about armpit hair, especially when girls are mean to other girls about it. It's so next question is, do you have any favorite books? I used to really love reading, and I don't really have that much time to read, but I do have some reading recommendations for you guys. And the first is this magazine. It's called Adbusters. This is an old issue. It's from spring of 2016. I absolutely love this. The paper is so amazing to touch, but that's not the point. The design is also really cool, like just the layouts in general, and they talk about a lot of current day like social or like political topics. The editorial design of this is just so amazing, really unique, and very edgy, like super out there. In that way, it's also very inspiring too. So yeah, I am a big fan of this. It's like reading the news from a anti-consumerist point of view. They talk about like there's scientific discoveries, political issues. Like in this one, they do address the problems in Syria. They talk about WeChat as a super app. They even have a poster of heirloom tomatoes. And this is the order sheet. It's a Doberman Pinscher with a cigarette. Everyone in my program is going to hate me, but this is the most recent book I've read. It is my graphic design, a new history textbook. Everyone hated this class, and honestly, I'm not a fan of the prof, but this book is like the best textbook I've ever read in my entire life. It's so interesting. It's very well written. If you like art history slash like architectural history, design history, this is very like Eurocentric, but it's really great. I really like learning about history through art history, because you get to see, especially with propaganda art, you really get to see the changes in political motives, and not so much art, but through the style of graphic design, things were like visual communication, you really get to see how the people's taste and also government taste changes over time. So when I was in Shanghai, we actually visited the Chinese propaganda poster museum, and Seb gifted me this little book, Modern Chinese Poster Collection Catalog. I didn't know that much about like recent Chinese history with the revolution, but visiting that place really was very educational and also super interesting. They have like a little section talking about what was going on during these years, and then you get to see it reflected in these propaganda posters. So yeah, it's really cool, and I'm kind of a nerd, but you know. Next question is, do you have a favorite song? And yes, I have 3 favorite songs. The number 1 would have to be My Boo, the Ghost Town DJs remix. I know it is now a meme song, but I love it. Just that beat in the background. I've listened to that song for 8 hours straight doing coding homework. It keeps me going. That rhythm just gives me hope. And then second would have to be, I believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness. If you've heard of that song but haven't seen the music video, you need to watch it. Personally, I think the music video is what just takes the song to the next level. It is so weird and great, and I really like the jumpsuits. And then of course have to shout out to Donde Está Santa Claus, because this just came up on a Christmas playlist on Spotify, and I just think it's a freaking fantastic song. Next question is someone asking how I get good travel deals, how I travel on a budget, which is honestly a long spiel in itself, so I will make a separate video addressing that. What is your favorite color combination? I would have to say the primary colors. What is your favorite place that you have been to? Iceland is really cool, so beautiful. And in America, Yosemite and the Mojave Desert. In China, I really love Suzhou, Hangzhou, and also Yunnan province has like very small like ancient towns which are really cool, like Lijiang, Dali, but don't go in the summer because there's so many tourists. Just places with a lot of unique nature. Oh, and Xinjiang in China, there's a place called Tianchi. It's basically a huge freshwater lake on the top of a mountain. What is your favorite movie? Usually really dislike rewatching movies, but anything by Wes Anderson and Hayao Miyazaki, I am such a fan of. Like, I love all of Wes Anderson movies for the composition, the color, the way it's shot is just amazing. The Grand Budapest Hotel is my absolute favorite. As for Miyazaki's films, I love Spirited Away and Ponyo. I love all of his films so much because the artistry in it is just amazing. Like, I love the way he illustrates or animates water. All of the main characters are usually always young girls who are very strong. They're the ones like solving the problem, saving the day. It's so cute. They're all a bit like stubborn, strong-headed. Then recently on the plane I watched Captain Fantastic and 20th Century Woman, which were so good. Definitely recommend. Where do you want to travel to next? So many places. I'm going to Germany on exchange in September for almost a year, and I really want to go to more European countries that I haven't been to. Portugal, Croatia, Hungary, Greece. In general, I really want to go to Southeast Asia, like the Philippines and Thailand and India. There's so many places I want to go. I really want to go everywhere. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? So in 5 years I will be, holy shit, I'm gonna be 25 years old. So if I go on exchange, I have to do a 5th year, but I'll have graduated when I'm 23, so that's 2 years out of graduation. I want to be in China. I really want to go back and just improve my language skills, because I can speak pretty well, but I'm really not good at reading and writing. There's so many places to visit there. My dad, my stepmom, Avery, my little sister, our dog, they're all in Beijing, so I think it would be really nice to go back and live with them for a bit because I have grown up in Canada and I've lived with my mom for most of my life. It would be really nice to live in China for a bit as well. What is your dream slash goal? I really want to just have like a nice peaceful life. Well, this is kind of like almost a retirement plan. Somewhere really natural. It would be so nice to have a self-sustainable like little farm, or I guess garden, a nice big yard, maybe have like a little vegan hostel or something cute like that, and then have like a ton of dogs everywhere. Someone also asked, what is your biggest fear in life? And when I was younger, I was really scared of just failing, not becoming successful or rich, because I think especially when you're raised by Chinese parents, they all want you to be like a CEO or, you know, a doctor or some like amazing scientist, and I think I always felt really pressured by that to just like make a lot of money, like graduate, get a really good job. My dad is very, very different. He really wants like me and Avery just to travel and learn through just having all these different experiences and putting ourselves in almost like uncomfortable situations, or just to challenge ourselves and learn like whatever we want just to be really happy. So I'm very thankful. I think my fear now is really just not spending enough time with the people that I love, so like family and close friends as well. Because after my grandpa passed away last summer, it was the first time anyone close to me has passed away, and it really made me realize like how incredibly important it is to just be with people you love as much as you can, to share your time and your love with them. Damn, this is getting emotional. That's another reason why I want to move back or live in China for a period of time, to be able to watch my little sister grow up, to be with my dad and my stepmom. They're all so awesome, and I'd love to learn more about like Chinese medicine. I think that's really cool. And yeah, so let's move on before tears start coming out. Another question is, what did you study for your A-levels and what are you studying in uni right now? Applied for like all business programs. So throughout high school I did my maths, I also did sciences, and I took like one art class and 2 photography classes. I liked the math classes, and I really, really loved science classes. They're very interesting to me, but I don't think I could ever just like do that for the rest of my life as a career. I like learning about these scientific concepts and discoveries, but yeah, I just not the one to discover them. And then currently I am in a program called York Sheridan Design. It is a graphic design program with a lot of UX focus. We do learn basic coding and like design systems. You can do packaging, book design, editorial design, typeface design. It's a lot of work and very little sleeping, but it's good. For the most part, it's good. Like, I can't see myself studying anything else. If you watched till the end, thank you so much for listening to all of my ramblings, and you can comment a leaf because there's leaves in this video. Thank you guys so much for just being here and being the sweetest people ever. You guys leave such nice comments that just absolutely warm my heart,